Hello everyone and welcome to round 12 of this Formula 1 2010 season. My name is Nick and this is a blundering series, which means I start off rubbish, might stay rubbish and hopefully try and get a bit better. It's raining here if you hadn't noticed, so we're on wet tyres, but we're on dynamic weather conditions so it might change. Now Hungary is, as I said, it's round 12. That's easy for me to say, but the course is 4.38 kilometres long or 2.72 miles. Now, I'm just looking at my setup here. Now, it might be a wet race, it might be a dry race, so I try and set something up in the middle. In the last race, I managed to come second in Germany. The real race in 2010 was won by, well, pole position was Sebastian Vettel, the German, for Red Bull, and the race was eventually won by his teammate, Mark Webber, as we accelerate time to get a few times on here so I know what to do. Second was Alonso in the Ferrari, and third was Vettel. So let's go out on track. Now the championship, due to a number of accidents between me and Lewis Hamilton, and we won't tell you whose fault that was, but maybe a combination of both of ours, but the championship is closing up quite a lot. Hamilton leads the race on 169 points, but he hasn't scored for a little bit. Second is Vettel on 154, so he's really closed up. Third is Mark Webber with 141, and I'm fourth on 133. The Alonso boys, oh this is pretty bad weather, the Ferrari boys have been picking up a little bit. Alonso is in 5th on 108 and Massa's 6th on 105. Now these aren't ideal weather conditions to try and learn the track on. I'm pretty unfamiliar with this one. Wiki said it's a tight twisty circuit. Who am I to disagree? It does seem quite fast so far. Yeah, I can't see anything. Never learn a track in wet conditions. I think you can probably go a lot quicker around there. Generally in practice it's me just trying to learn the track, so I might spin off a few times. So apologies if that's the case, and hopefully I get a bit better. But Lewis Hamilton's been really qualifying well. Well, practically for the whole championship really. And when he gets in pole position, he does tend to just disappear off the face of the earth, and we can never ever get him back. So if he's in pole position and I'm a little way back, I might have to risk bumping into him. It's desperate times now to win the championship. He's been leading it for quite some time. We did have a small collision in Germany, and it was a small one. It caused him to finish not in the points. In Silverstone we had a big crash, and yeah, that was his fault. He caused a drive-through penalty for me. Quite a short. Oh, I said I was doing quite well. It's quite a short lap here, so I think I'll be able to learn it quite well because this is the start. Finish straight. Right, Kobayashi's on a 144 in the wet. I tend to do a little bit better in the wet because my setup typically have more downforce than everyone else, I think. I think that's why when it's dry I struggle. The race after this is Spa. It tends to rain a lot there in the real world. See if it happens there this time. I think that's already the longest lap of the championship. This one's relatively short. There's a car ahead of me, but I'm not going to go all out here. I'll just gradually dial it in, seeing where the grip is. When you see a spray from the car behind, it makes it a bit tricky. That's Sebastian Vettel. I had to go right offline there, and I've pushed him into the gravel, I think. No, he's still on the track. Anyway, he won't thank me there. Is he going to come back through the inside? No. Right, ease off Sebastian Vettel. Tight couple of corners here. Can win or lose a lot of time by doing that correctly. I'm on automatic gears. However, I did this championship 4 or 5 times for you, so I'm not saying I'm going to do. I might then graduate onto manual gears. By that time I'll probably have a steering wheel and pedals, but I'm doing this all on the PlayStation 3 controller, which isn't ideal for racing games. The weather isn't getting any better, but let's see if I can get near Alonso's time. He's in pole at the moment. Luizi's gone second. That's pretty good from him. Barrichello's currently third, but the big guns haven't gone out yet. Good to take a wide line into this bit. Car seems to want to leave the track the whole time, having trouble getting the power down. But I'm much quicker than anyone else. If the weather's like this in the race, which it probably won't be, then I'm going to win by miles. I haven't had a race yet that I've won by miles. I've won 2 races so far, but not by miles. Right, I'm Jensen Button. So when it says Button, that's really me. I presume the track's going to dry out, but I might be wrong to presume as practice goes on. So the times might come down and this all might be irrelevant, but it's good to practice in different conditions. Quicker again, you see a green split, there's 2 cars ahead of me. It's very difficult to overtake on this track, so qualifying is very important. There's Michael Schumacher in the Mercedes ahead of me, the Silver Arrow. Can't see who the other person is. Mark Webber in the Red Bull. Whoops, and he slid off. That was amazing. Oh, dearie me. That could have gone really bad there. Oh man, rewind that and see it on replay. I can't do that because I'm racing and this isn't recorded yet. Oh dear, that was good. That was good. If that happened in the race, I'd be really worried. Well, that could have been a huge accident. Anyway, I'm quicker again. That doesn't cost me too much time, although undoubtedly it did cost me some, so I could do a lot quicker than this. Whoops, very wide again. I quite like this track in the wet. Good. Currently 4th in the championship. There's 19 rounds. This is round 12. I don't think there's too much chance I can win it overall, but I've got an outside chance there. A very outside chance, but things will have to go my way. I.e., I get more points than Lewis and Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber in most races. Because Lewis has only got to win a handful more races. I think the championship will probably be his. I do have a problem with setups. As I say, the next race after this, I believe in Spa in Belgium, is a very quick circuit, so the setup should be easy on that. So just remove all the downforce. Run lateral wing, basically. Oh, that's slower. I might come in the pits this time. Do a bit of acceleration, see what goes on. But Alonso's second in Ferrari in practice. Vettel third for Red Bull. Fourth Felipe Massa. The Ferraris do tend to seem to be getting a bit quicker now in this championship. They started off... They didn't start off too bad. Then they went through a lull. They weren't getting any points at all. In particular Alonso. But he's late on the scene. Currently 5th in the championship on 108. So I'm 25 points ahead of him. If he was to win the race... tomorrow when it goes up and I wasn't finished at all, we'd be level points, so that's how close it is. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But we're going to go in the pits now. And you go, should I? I'm quite tempted to go back round again. That's a green split despite all those mistakes, which leads me to think the track's getting quicker and quicker, or unless I'm learning it by hitting the apex more. Yeah, anyway, I think there's more speed to be had there, definitely. But I'm quickest so far, so no need to waste the tyres too much. Boom. So we'll come in, we'll let the pit crew push us in, and then accelerate it a bit. But a lot of big guns up the front so far, as you'd expect. Push me in, lads. That bloke on the left, I don't know if you're familiar with that British sitcom, The Royal Family. That bloke on the left looks a bit like Dave Best. Look that up on Google. Dave Best, Royal Family. Yes. It's good that he's got a good job all of a sudden. He was a DJ before. Right, wet tyres stayed on 100% wear. You have to be mindful of the conditions, but I'm 5 seconds quicker than Lewis Hamilton's or thereabouts. The Renault's in 8th and 9th. You see Petrov and Kubica, well, they've moved up a bit. Oh, I think the sun's got out. It went a bit brighter there. Times are coming down. I'm still quickest. Vettel 139.6, 138.1. They're coming down quite quick here. 137.5. They're quite close to me. Right, and now they're quicker, and now I'm dropping down. So it's not quite as wet as before, I presume. I'm still 5th quick, no, 6th quickest. Might go out on a set of inters. Hamilton's a lot quicker than me now.
In these unpredictable conditions, I'd take a set of intermediates.
So would I. Let's go on a set of intermediates then. It might rain again later on, or it might dry out even more. Ideally, if you're doing this game, you want the same weather conditions in practice, qualifying and race, so that your setup has got some sort of relevance. I mean, normally on this track I do a fast throttle map, which basically means I think it changes the gears quicker, but you could get more wheel spin in tricky conditions, i.e. rain, and that's why I don't do it. Don't want the car spinning off. This is Pro mode. There is a mode above this called Legend, but that's far too good for me. And we're going to do 30% race distance in the actual race if you haven't been watching the other ones. But hopefully this blundering series has been entertaining for you so far. Previously races we've done Tocker 2 blundering, and that went down quite well. We'll probably be a gap after this one and then do another one. But there's 19 rounds here and we're only on round 12. Who knows? Can I win? Doubtful. Can I get in the top 2? Outside chance. McLaren were winning quite well in the Constructors' Championship, but due to internal squabbling between me and my teammate Lewis Hamilton, which has erupted, which I'm quite bitter about, but it started off with the crew giving preferential treatment for his pit stops, so he's always jumping me or gaining an advantage, which I hated, and then we've had a few comings together. People in the comments have noticed this. I was a bit slow on the uptake, but once they pointed it out, thank you people, and now he's enemy number 1. If this was real life, I don't think we could be in the same team next season. Bit of an Alonso and Hamilton when they are both in McLaren. Anyway, Hamilton's currently quickest there, you see, in these conditions, with 134.9. Right, here's a flying lap here. Now the splits should all be green. The weather conditions don't look too dissimilar from when I was out on the wets, but the grip's probably a bit better with these tyres. So let down. Now you've probably learnt the lap already as well. It's very dark through here. Brake, swing left, get on the power early. Now you can probably floor it all the way around here, despite it being a corner. Now this bend up here is very tricky to get right. You can ease off or brake slightly. Yeah, I'm coming a bit narrow there. Quick push wide, but a lot quicker than before. This bend you can go a little bit wide and cut back in again. At the end of here, you've got to get your braking point, especially in the wet, tight chicane. That's it. You can really ease off slightly round here. That's it. Accelerate through there. Now we can really power down. This is a fast bend. I've learnt this quite quickly. Ease off ever so slightly there. But I'm missing the racing lines by about a yard or so each time. But that's a lot quicker than before. The grip is much better. I'm currently in 9th, but this lap's going to move me up unless I just take the car off track, which I don't want to do. Massa's currently quickest at 1:31.6. That's my target time, a 1:31.6. I think we're going to do it. Look at the time. Yep. 7 seconds quicker than I was before. I've gone quicker. A 1:29.5 in the wet. That's impressive. Right, we'll go straight back into the pits here. Unless I green it anywhere. Yeah, any rain in the race and I'm going to win this. This probably means it's going to be bone dry. Yeah, I've got good confidence on the intermediate tyres. I think they're my favourite tyre in the whole of this game. If the whole championship was in the wet, I'd probably win. See, I'm easing down. I'm only a tenth slower there than before. It's good to see Massa quicker than Hamilton, but I don't think Hamilton's probably gone out on intermediates. Or not done many laps on them anyway, so he might go up. Be good to see Ferrari get back into this. Have a four-way... Whoops, oh dear. The back tyre hit a bit of the rumble strip there, and it was very slippery. Lost traction, it kicked the car right round. But it'd be good to see a battle for the Constructors' Championship, where we get to the last race and you don't know who's going to win. We'd like to see it between us, McLaren, Red Bull and Ferrari, a three-way scrap. That would be quite awesome. And if possible, I'd like to see a six-way scrap with the drivers, where it gets the last race and any of us can win. That's probably not going to happen. If we're lucky, it'll be out of any one of two drivers. But if it gets the last race and I'm gunning for second or I'm gunning for third, that'll be my new target, so there'll be a bit of interest there, and I'll have a new nemesis I've got to try and beat. So whatever the results, when it gets to the last place, we'll be fighting for something. Hooray! So even if I drop big behind the championship leader, there's still stuff to play for. That's what I'm saying. We're keeping the excitement up and running. Push me in, Dave Best. I would like to leave this city. This old town don't smell too pretty. La la la, etc, etc. Royal Family, look it up. Google. This is what practice is. Practice. Now the real race is 70 laps, but as I say, we're doing 30% race distance, so however it breaks it down. So I'm getting back 5 seconds quicker than Lewis Hamilton. I wouldn't mind the weather conditions staying as they are, so I end up quickest, but no doubt it's going to get dry. Yeah, Sebastian Buemi second. Yeah, it's getting drier. Look, Buemi's fastest. Kobayashi's now fast in the BMW, which means it's gone bone dry. Petrov fastest. Schumacher fastest. Oh, it's changing there, Cool, it's changing as fast as I can talk. Right, Webber first, Hamilton second, Vettel third, Alonso fourth. Well, let's go on to some dry tyres. Don't care which ones. Yeah, 0% chance of rain in the race. Not what I wanted to hear. I think we'll go on dries. I just want to get a feel of what the track's like in the dry. But my main concern really is I might have too much downforce on. It's a bit of a risk, so with more downforce you have more grips in the corners. So you should be able to exit them or turn in quicker, but it's a delicate thing. With a sacrifice of less speed on the straights and probably less acceleration because of the drag factor. Could work out to my benefit, could be a disaster. So my setup isn't extreme for any weather conditions, so if it changes during the race, why don't they let me out because Lewis is there? Right, they don't release you unless it's safe to do so. As a Renault going past, right, we're clear. So you won't get any pit crashes. Look, I'm 24 out of 24 now. A bit of weather change, it makes a huge difference. There we go. It's best to be on the track at the right time. But I was quickest, and now I'm last. Behind Shandok in the HRT. And Timo Glock as well, I believe, in the Virgin car. But look, there's no puddles, or there's a few small puddles. But there's definitely a dry line here. Yeah, this track's a different animal in the dry. Well, you can cut that corner quite a lot. Follow that line. Such a good game this. Graphically and sound wise, absolutely brilliant. If you own a PlayStation 3, then you can get this. I would get it. As I said on other rounds, I haven't played any of the Formula 1 games since this one, but a few people have told me this is the best one. I don't know if that's because of graphics or the way the car handles, but yeah, so you can't go wrong. Who's this? It's Degrassi and the other Manor car. Cool, didn't leave me much room there. Please ease off, I don't want you tipping me round like Al Jaswari did a few races ago. Maybe it was last race. Time moves quick here. Bit of rainwater on the outside. Right, good, and Degrassi's pitted. I don't want any cars getting in my way. Look, I've got a really empty track, so this is a good chance here. Look out for green split time. Accelerate quite early out of this bend. Opens up quite well. Heavy on the brakes, can brake later because it isn't raining. I broke a bit too early there. But should still be quicker. Alonso's currently fastest on a 124.2, I think that's it. Right, first split up here. Can't dwell on it because then you've got a very tricky bit straight away. They like putting these splits on a dangerous bit of the track. About 2 tenths quicker or just under. It's not going to move me up a great deal if it stays like that. But it's these bits where you can gain the most time in the dry. Grip's a lot better through these chicanes. Fast corners not so much. But you can carry the speed quite well. It's almost as if the track's wider in the dry. Yeah, good. Yeah, I've pretty much learnt the layout of this track. 2 seconds or just over. So how much is 2 seconds going to move me up? A bit. Don't think it's going to put me in pole though, is it? Or it's not really pole at the moment because it's still practice. Okay. Yeah. Just want to accelerate all the way around there, but sometimes the car won't let me. Might have to alter the gears. 13th behind Barrichello's Williams. Not that impressive, but there's a lot of room to improve there. Right, okay, second flying lap. The car's lighter because we burnt off an extra lap of fuel. The car should be ever so slightly more responsive. See what difference that makes. But I'd be very interested to see if I bought a steering wheel, how much better I'd be at this game, or would I even be worse? It might be a hindrance, mightn't it? 8 tenths quicker, as that say. Right, that's a lot quicker than before, as I'm learning where the grip is, and the track's probably getting dry as we go around. Those shallow puddles seem to have completely and utterly disappeared from the last lap. Oh, God, just caught that in time. Car almost let go there. Ever so slightly wide. That's poor. I'm being super critical here. Not too bad there. Something about right. Green. Yeah, I've lost a bit of time going around the track. But still quicker. Got to get ahead of Ruben Caracaro in that Williams. This isn't going to be too bad, this one. Yeah, I could have gone a lot... Yeah, I've messed that up completely. Ideally, I want to be doing a 24 something, or 23. Yeah, Sector 3 wasn't too good either, so I moved up one position, so I'm behind Adrian Suttil, the German, in the Force India. There's Chandok right in the way. Is he going to pull over? Looks like he is. Well done, Chandok. Right, so I lost a lot of time in the third sector there. Would like to get that back, although it was still overall quicker. No water anywhere at all. You wouldn't even know it's been raining. Whoops, that's very wide. That's probably... Well, you know, I carried a lot of speed there, but it's probably... Yeah, it's blown it now. Unless I do a majestic sector 2 and 3. Yep, and that's wide as well. Forget about it. Forget about it. But practice doesn't mean much. You just make all your mistakes here, learn the track here, so hopefully in qualifying, you then the daddy then. Probably gear this a bit better, to be honest. Yeah, about a second down. The best lap. We'll go in the pits now. I've already signalled to go in, as you might see from that red bit on the graphic on the right. Whenever that goes red, I've hit the triangle button to say I'm going to do a pit stop. I'm coming in for a Penelope pit stop. But I won't go back out again. I'll just 12th. I'll probably save the tyres. I don't know. Haven't made my mind up yet. Might go out again, or I might say that's enough, and we'll see qualify. I mean, 12th isn't brilliant, but as I say, it's all about pride here. Pride comes before a fall. I don't need to be quickest in practice. But Ferrari be quite pleased that Alonso's up there. They're looking very competitive, so I think there's 3 competitive cars in this now. McLaren, Red Bull and Ferrari. Don't think anyone else can get up there. I think Mercedes and Renault are pretty much Division 2 in this thing. Be surprised if they win any races, but you never know, it might happen. Keep the throttle map standard. I mean, the gears I could probably tweak, but I don't know enough about it. Ride height's 3. In the dry, that could probably be lower, but I'll keep it as 3 in case it rains again. That could arguably be lower. If I don't do well in the race, it's because I've got too much wing on.
Times through sectors 1 and 3 are
but it's done me proud in the past.
Time in sector 2, though.
5 minutes ago, I'm holding 12th place. Holding 12th place quite nicely. Yeah, 12. Anyway, it's not too bad.
That's the end of the session.
So 126.094. Would have liked to got in the 24s if I could do. But yeah, Vettel with 123.8. That's pretty fast. Well, yep, I hope you like watching the practice from Hungary round 12. Qualifying we're going up a bit later, so hopefully you'll join me for that. You're more than welcome. Always like hearing your comments, so please comment if you've got something to say about the championship so far or this particular race. And till next time, take care and goodbye.
Goodbye.